Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Super Bayern Show. This is part 2 of predicting how well our Bayern Munich players are going to perform this season. Let me pull up the tier list, and we will go over the rest of the players. So, I think we left off with who we leave off. I think we left off with Sonny, but okay, Gravenberch. I think Gravenberch is going to have an okay season. He has tons of talent. I think he's a really, really interesting player just because I don't think we've had this kind of profile that at Bayern Munich for a while. I mean, Gravenberch, he's super athletic. He's got super long legs. He's already very impressed with Gravenberch, and I think that he will become a great player at Bayern Munich. Again, usually when players come to Bayern Munich, they don't do very great in the first season. Marcel Sabitzer, Upamecano, which is why I have him at okay. I think he needs some time to adjust to the league, and I think Sabitzer and Kimmich will be sort of our main players when it comes to the starting 11. Marcel Sabitzer. I think Sabitzer is going to have a good season. Sabitzer in his first season at Bayern, he didn't do great at all, really. But from what I've already seen this season, in the preseason against Leipzig and against Frankfurt, he's putting in really good performances. And you can tell on and off the pitch that, he feels more comfortable with this team. He feels more comfortable in Munich, and it feels like he's finally adjusting to this team. And I'm really excited for him to perform this season because I think he will do pretty good. De Ligt is going to have an amazing season, mostly because he's like the puzzle piece that we've been missing for such a long time because we've really needed a leader at the back. Ever since David Alaba has left, we needed someone who was more vocal and would lead the back line. Upamecano or Hernandez, they never really all that well. De Ligt, he does that very well, especially, you could see that at his time with Ajax. He didn't do so great with Juventus, but I feel like that came down to just the way that they played and players that were around him. He wasn't really the person who was the leader. It was really Bonucci and Chiellini. But De Ligt, I feel like, is in a team in a role that suits him very, very well. So I see him doing very, very good for us. Matthew Stell, I think he's going to have an okay season. He has great quality, but like I said with the other players who are having their first season with us this year, I think that, it's his first season with Bayern Munich. He needs to adjust to the league, especially since he hasn't played a lot of professional football. He's played, minutes every now and then with Rennes in League One, but he has quality, and I'm sure he'll score a goal or two and maybe provide some assists this season, but he won't really make the starting 11. But I'm interested to see what he does when he gets subbed on. He definitely has quality. Mazraoui, I'm going to put him as not good. And the reason I'm putting him in not good is because I feel as though Pavard is really excelling at right back so far. And I think he's going to keep Mazraoui out of the starting 11 for quite some time. And also, I remember reading about how within Bayern, Julian Nagelsmann and the coaching staff, they don't really see Mazraoui being on the same technical level as the other players. And, Mazraoui just needs time to grow at Bayern. And I'm sure he has the quality to become a really good player down the line, but I just don't see him doing a whole lot this season. Choupo-Moting, he's going to have an okay season. Usually Choupo-Moting, he scores some pretty good goals when he comes on. He's a really good player to have on the bench. He's also just a really friendly guy and a really awesome person to be around. That's just what I've heard, from the other players. And so I think that he'll have an okay season. He won't have too many, he won't play too many games where he's in the starting 11, but he will come on as a sub and he'll perform pretty well. Pavard, I think he's going to have an okay season. I'm really interested to see how he plays at left wing back. I totally agree with Julian Nagelsmann putting him there just because I really want to see him, play more minutes. And I think that if he plays at left wing back, even though it's not his desired position, he'll get more used to what the game is like in the Bundesliga and how to play with the team. I'm sure he'll score a goal this season. I'm sure he'll provide some assists. He's a pretty good talent. Sadio Mane. I think Sadio Mane is going to have an amazing season. Sadio Mane has tons of quality, especially in the big matches. He is that big game player, unlike Lewandowski, and I think he will score some decisive goals in the Champions League. And I also think that he will most likely be the top scorer within the Bundesliga. I'm hoping he gets the Ballon d'Or because that would be pretty awesome. Serge Gnabry, he's going to have a good season. Gnabry is in a position that he feels more comfortable in. I feel like, he plays in a more central forward position for Germany, and he's performed very, very well for Germany. And I totally see him performing very, very well for Bayern Munich if he's, put in that center forward role, which it seems like Nagelsmann is doing. And, he feels very comfortable there. He's already provided some goals, some assists this season. And I think this season will probably be Gnabry's best season at Bayern Munich so far. Nianzou. I think Nianzou is going to have. It's hard. I think he's going to have. I'm going to put not good. And the reason I'm putting not good is because whenever he comes on, he makes mistakes and he gets these red cards and it just doesn't look good for him. I think he does have quality. It's just, he just needs to mature a bit more. I'd like to see him, like I've said with the other players, get loaned to another team just because we have tons of great center backs now. And, he most likely will not be in the starting 11 99% of the time. And so, yeah, I hope he gets loaned out. I think he has quality. I'm sure he can help us out in the long term. Thomas Muller. Thomas Muller is going to have an amazing season. Thomas Muller is just a genius on the pitch. He's going to provide tons of assists, and I'm really excited to see him score more goals now that Lewandowski's gone. And yeah, honestly, there's not a lot more I could say. He's just such a great player. He's probably the most important player for this team. He's just, very vocal on the pitch. He leads by example, and he's just a really nice guy. And so yeah, he's going to have an amazing season. Julian Nagelsmann. I think Julian Nagelsmann is going to have I think he's going to have a good season. Yeah, I think he's going to have a good season. I don't know if we'll win the Champions League. If we win the Champions League, he'll be bumped up to amazing. But I definitely see us getting to the semifinal and us winning the Pokal and the Bundesliga. And I think that would look very, very good for Julian Nagelsmann. He's finally got a squad and a formation that really fits the way he wants the team to play. And you can see that the players, even though we've lost Lewandowski, the players are really clicking. And you can see that there's a really good chemistry, especially in the final third with our front four. And, they're doing one-touch passing, and they're very fluid in attack, which is something that Julian Nagelsmann has always done well with his time at Leipzig and Hoffenheim. And so, yeah, these are how well I think our players will do going into this season. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe. I'll be putting out more videos. I'm pumped for Wolfsburg, and I'm going to have a preview for that. So look out for that, and goodbye.